Hey, this is Lama Rod. Today's video is brought to you by the Golden Girls. May you have a golden day. So, the question that I want to explore today is about hope. And I've gotten actually a couple of questions about hope so far. And, part of the questions have been, okay, what does Buddhism say about hope? What do I say about hope? How is hope, helpful for us right now? What do you do with hopelessness, right? So I'm going to try to kind of explore those in the next couple of minutes. So first, what does Buddhism say about hope? Well, Buddhism is relatively, basically, anti-hope, right? Hope is seen as something that takes us out of the present moment into a future. And of course, Buddhism is about being with the present, being with what's arising in the moment, right? So me, Lama Rod, I am pro-hope, right? I see hope as a form of survival. For me, it has been a form of survival for my ancestors. Hope does actually take us out of the present moment into the future. I am a hopeful person because in Buddhism, one of the basic laws of Dharma is impermanence. Impermanence means that everything's changing. There's no solid foundation, right? The essence of everything is emptiness and space and energy. So there's like nothing that can possibly not change, right? When the foundation is an illusion, right? So when I think about that and practice with that, then for me, if things are always changing, then what's happening now possibly won't be happening later, right? What's happening in this second maybe won't happen in the next second, or what's happening this year may not be happening next year, and so forth and so on, right? Because of impermanence, everything's shifting. So our situation now is going to be different, as we move into the future. Who knows when in the future, right? That things will be different, but things will be different. And that's where my hope comes from, right? But beyond that, hope is nothing without work and labor in the present. So as I'm hoping for a better future, I'm actually also focusing on what I'm doing now, right? To plant the seeds that will bring forth a different kind of reality and experience, right? It's like, again, planting a garden, right? It's like if I want to see a harvest in the fall, then probably I need to start thinking about cultivating seeds, sowing seeds right now, so I can start the process of getting to the harvest, right? In the fall. That's what hope is for me. It's like, I want this future, and I know that I have to start doing things right now to bring that future about. So with hopelessness, right? Hopelessness is for me, is a really hard place to work through because for me, I am losing an insight. I'm losing a way to dream outside, to be outside, or to express myself outside of this present condition. I think a lot of people are experiencing really intense hopelessness, and hopelessness is also a loss of a connection to impermanence. So we're losing the truth of impermanence and actually getting stuck in permanence. So hopelessness is actually this expression of permanence, or an expression of a belief in things remaining the same, never changing, right? For me, to move out of hopelessness, I just go back to contemplating impermanence. I look at the world around me. I look at the natural world. I look at the ways in which things are always changing. The seasons change, the land changes, our bodies change, our thoughts change. Like, I am consciously trying to enter into this kind of fluidity, this flow, One important practice that has been revealed to me, that's been transmitted to me through my practice, has been working with the mother Oshun and working with the power, the element of water, to move into this elemental energy that's about actually change. You know, water is about change. It's about movement. It's about flowing, right? Just to step into the reality that my reality is flowing, it's moving, it's changing, and to connect to that and to allow myself to be kind of floated down through and into this energetic reality of change. And that's something that you can just do. Like when I feel hopeless, I just sit and say, you know what, everything's changing, and I connect to all the ways that I'm noticing change around me and inside of me. And yes, there's a lot of shit happening right now. And I'm very fortunate to be a descendant of people, ancestors, communities that were so centered in struggle and change. Like I am not happy about how my ancestors had to struggle through systematic violence and genocide, but I celebrate the ways in which they held on to a kind of hope that called me and many of us into this world with so many resources and so much understanding and knowledge to start working for a better future, to, you know, to call into the world more love, more compassion, right? With my ancestors in particular, there was a kind of hope that carried my ancestors through the living experience right into the spirit world, into their ancestry experience. And that's the hope that I connect to, that they're still holding on. That hope has driven a kind of change within my ancestral line that has impacted all of their descendants, including me, and that will continue to impact my descendants coming after me. So this hope is essentially just like, you know, the belief that things are going to change, things will change. You know, in the Black church, we say God is going to turn it around, right? And that's liberation theology as well. God is on the side of the most oppressed, right? So things will change. It may not change on our timeline, on the scale that we wanted to change, but it will change, right? So there's a kind of patience there, but again, patience and hope, both grounded in the work of the present moment and moving forward. So I hope this has been helpful, and I will see you again.